This is a revolutionary event because firstly, you will get a lot of ideas on how to make your business more profitable, efficient, and transparent. And secondly, there has not been a software in Poland that is designed especially for accounting businesses. I'm sure that after this session, you will not look at your company management the same way anymore. I am your host, Trine from Uku, and my mission is to digitize accounting business processes. I help organizations to implement modern ways of working, and I do that through business consulting and profound software implementation projects. Enough about me for now. Let's talk about the reason why you are actually here, Uku. I'm going to share my screen. Share screen, here we go. 1 second. Just that one, yes. So, Uku is a software that we developed to help you to run your accounting business from start to end. That means to plan work, manage tasks and clients, measure time, send invoices to your customers, and track profitability. With only one tool, you will be able to make smart business decisions that help to grow your business. Today, I'm going to be focusing on Uku's 3 core values. Firstly, reporting and analytics, so business insight. Secondly, client relationship management, or CRM. And thirdly, everyday task management, and also collaboration between you and your employees. Okay, let's close this one. Let's go straight to Uku. So firstly, I'm going to put it on full screen. Yes, perfect. So firstly, Uku prepares overview reports for you. And reporting is actually where you find all the time spent on customers and tasks, as well as who has been doing what and for how long. For example, this report that you see now is an overview of monthly workload by customers. You can see how much time in total has been spent on each customer and what was the volume of work that has been done during that time. So for example, purchase invoices, sales invoices, employee salaries, you name it. You can put here any information that is relevant for you for your invoicing or general analytics. To drill down, you can also see what tasks have been completed for the client and how long did each one of them take. So I opened up a magic view. If you noticed, there is this orange line, and guess what? That actually indicates the amount of time that has been marked as extra work. And yes, that is correct. Accountants can mark tasks as extra work, and they show out to you visually in the reporting. And you know what? This is actually where a lot of businesses who have started using Uku have managed to increase their billable hours up to 30%. All agreed tasks with clients are prepared for the accountants. And if something extra comes up or taking longer than it should, it's very easy to mark the task as extra work or simply add a new task. And it is also actually very motivating for accountants to track all their working time because they can see their time reports. And when they have less than 6 hours, they start to question themselves, like, what have I been doing during those 1-2 hours of my working time? To stay in this summary report, then you can group this summary report by user to see the time usage between clients and topics. So here I have many possibilities to group the report. And if I choose, for example, member and client, then here's me and my colleague, and I can see exactly how many hours have each one of my clients taken alongside of accountants. And this report view actually has two more views. This is like a helicopter view when you have overlooking report, but the second two are tasks and time. And the tasks view gives you actually an overview of all the tasks that have been created for all clients across your entire company. But the real value from this report comes when you start asking questions and applying filters, of course. For example, a client asks you for a previous month work overview. So what do? You open up the report, you choose the client that you want, you choose the time period that you want last month. You can actually also clear out the columns here that you don't want to show. So let's take out employees, purchase invoices, sales invoices. Let's keep the duration, the start, the status, due date, and the status. And maybe even a topic or the type of work that it is. And here I get the list of all the tasks that were performed for my client for last month. And then what do? I can export this report either to PDF or Excel and send it to my customer for service evidence. Let's see how it looks like. So here we go. The customer can get the report like this within a matter of seconds. And you know what is also great about this report is that you can save those views and you can come back to those later. So you can save them here, add a new report, client monthly report, and save it. And those will show up in those bookmarks. Now, what next? Next, I want to show you some more tricks and nips how you can use the reporting view. Another great example is that to track the progress for different tasks. And to do that, you can apply custom fields. And custom fields can be applied to tasks that normally take longer than just 1 or 2 days. For example, annual accounts. You can map out different stages of annual accounts and have a complete overview of all your clients' annual accounts. It is very easy for accountants also to choose which status is the task currently in, because they have like a drop-down menu that they can choose from. The stages can be, of course, predefined for you. Then secondly, what a lot of accountants really struggle with is receiving documents on time. Clients are late, they're not responding to emails, you call them, basically you spend extra effort to get the documents. And it often causes a lot of extra work, chasing all the clients for all the necessary information for accountants to finish their work. And as a practice manager, you might have priced your client with a fixed fee or volume-based fee, but you're not considering the extra effort it takes for an accountant to chase the client. And custom fields, they actually help you to map which customers are on time with their documents and which clients are late with their documents. And here I have a report that shows me whether the documents were received on time, and you can even go to as deep as how many days they were late. So the next time you're going to negotiate price with your customers or clients, you have the data to back your price raise on. If they're always late with their documents, you can simply say that, hey, this is not okay, and we have to raise the price for you because it takes us longer. The time report really is all the different time entries that you or your accountants have been entering into the system. This is a very specific view. But it comes in handy when you're looking at your daily report. You see the little holes in the day, you can fill them up with what you actually did. But now let's move on to the very core of every business. And this is clients and managing their relationship. So Uku gathers really all the necessary information about each customer in one place. In each client profile, you will find general information about the client, such as company information, contacts, and their details. But more importantly, you can add notes about the client, such are like vehicles information, what banks are in use, and so on. But you can also add documents on their client profile. For example, contracts, payroll guides, Excel sheets that you need to fill for the monthly reporting, and so on. The point really of having a great client overview is that when something changes in the company, employee falls sick, someone has to take over, then they get all the necessary information from client profile to maintain the quality of service that the client is used to receive from your company. Maybe you noticed, maybe not, but on the left-hand side, there are blocks of information. And what they are, basically they are custom fields on client profile that help to map out various things. For example, access rights, who has access to where, what accounting software is in use, what pricing model is in use. And this really comes in handy when something changes. And you can export your entire client list with those custom fields. One of the key components of Uku is actually client task plans. And what it does, so it automates all the recurring tasks that have been agreed with the client, and therefore up to 90% of your overall workflow. Each client actually has a plan of tasks. It's like a recipe for success, which includes agreements with the clients, with deadlines. Here's the deadlines, and even like a description of the work that needs to be done. Checklist, description, start date, due date, and you can also already, if you have many accountants working under one client, you can say to which of the employees is responsible for each task. And here you can find an example of one of my clients' work schedules. There are tasks that I need to do weekly or even daily on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. There are tasks that I have to perform monthly. There are tasks that I have to do quarterly and yearly. And the real idea of this task plan is that under each one of your customers' task plan, the tasks get populated into your dashboard, like a to-do list. And it greatly simplifies completing the work, because accountants have all the necessary information in the task, and they don't have to start work by remembering what and where to do. And I've been told several times that it is really freeing up a large amount of their brain capacity so they can remember more important things. On the Uku dashboard, you actually find all the tasks you need to do right now. This is where communication between accountants takes place through commenting on tasks. You can comment on tasks, share information with your colleagues, and the information stays in one place. The dashboard actually also allows you to share and delegate tasks to your colleagues. If you fall sick, you can delegate it to somebody else, and so on. And however, the favorite part amongst Uku users is tracking the time. It's so easy and can be done in two ways. So firstly, to track time, you have pre-populated tasks on your dashboard. you start the timer. If you're done with the task, you simply mark it as done and the time is registered. The task is disappeared from your dashboard until it comes back again, based on the recurrence you have set. There's no need to press on stop if you switch tasks. You can simply start the timer for another task and the previous task stops running. If you forgot to add time, then you can always add time manually or correct any of the existing time entries. You can either state the start time, end time, or simply type in the duration and add the time like this. We know that life isn't always going as we plan it to. So we might have our day planned out, we know what we're doing, but it's part of our job that clients call, emails flow in, and we need to take urgent steps. So let's say that I'm working on booking of cash or bank transactions, and I get a phone call. What do I do? For that, we have created magic button. It means that with only one click of a mouse, you can add a new task and start time tracking. Let me show you how it works. So I'm working on a task, phone call comes in. I have magic buttons. For example, call, I click on call, task automatically shows up, and then only thing left to do for me is to choose the client that I had the call with. And if the call is finished, I can mark it as done and the time entry is registered. As simple as that. Those you can also create on your own. Oh, one more really love time tracking feature is adding time for multiple tasks at once. Let's say you go to the bank and pull in records for many clients. Then what do? How do you track time? Stopper, on, off? No, not with Uku. With Uku, you select the tasks that you were working on. What you do then is you click on add time. You say the duration of the task. You state the duration of the task, 10 minutes, 4 tasks, why not? You split the duration equally. You add it to all of the tasks. And if they're done, you mark them as done. And if you're stuck with some work or you're finished for today, you can simply snooze your tasks until tomorrow and the sun comes out. All these time entries and the comments get gathered in the reporting, which I already showed you. Honestly, we have been working with a great number of accounting practices. One of the greatest examples is a client who implemented Uku about 4.5 years ago. And at that time, there was 27 accountants working with around 300 clients. Today, they have grown to over 60 accountants and are serving over 1,000 clients without any problems. And this kind of growth has been possible partly because of Uku. The manager finally got an overview of all the accountants and clients, and not only, they managed to increase profits by 20% without doing any extra work, but finally understanding the amount of work that was done for the clients. Uku actually automates also invoicing for customers with powerful and flexible contracts. You can set up invoicing with fixed fees, hourly pricing, or have a combination of different pricing models. Customers that have implemented Uku invoicing have decreased their invoicing hours from 1 week to only 2-3 hours a day. And the accuracy that the invoices are created based on has increased their profits because all the work that they're doing gets invoiced correctly. And the invoicing part, I'll show you a bit, is in a way that you simply create contracts for your clients. There could be either monthly, quarterly, or yearly. You set the products that you're offering for the client. And based on that information, you see here, some are fixed price, some are total hours, some are coming from the fields, purchase invoices, sales invoices. And those get populated into the invoice that you can see under each client. And the process actually is really simple. You have all your clients' invoices here, you create invoices, you then see the invoices under created, and then you can send them out straight from Uku or export them to Excel, or if you have accounting software that is integrated with Uku, you can send them directly into your accounting software. And the last step is that you can check the statuses, whether they have been paid or not paid. Let's look at this year. Here I can see all the invoices that I have sent out this year, whether they have been paid or not. So if you are interested, we can always run another webinar on Uku invoicing, because this really takes your practice management to a whole new level. But in conclusion, Uku gives you confidence, consistency, and an overview of your work. It's almost always a good idea to start from defining good goals when you start implementing a software. Ones that are realistic enough to be achievable and ambitious enough to be worth doing. Whether you want to start with simple time tracking or mapping out tasks that are done for the clients, or want to improve your customer relationship management, or maybe you're even ready to automate your invoicing process with customers, whatever it is, we can help you achieving that and more. If Uku sparked your interest, please get in touch with us so we can have a personalized demo and agree on next steps in the implementation process.